Welcome to this TINZ tutorial on lodgements. The quickest way to make a tenant lodgement is from My TINZ, My Tenant Checks. All the tenants you've previously checked are listed in My Tenant Checks. One of the options for each tenant is Lodge, and the drop-down gives you the various options. Let's look at our first page in the Lodge menu, Tenant Rating. Once the tenancy is finished, we can lodge a general performance reference. The beauty of doing this from My Tenant Checks is all the tenant name and address details are automatically loaded to the page. We simply tick the appropriate boxes. Then down the bottom of the form we hit the Submit button. The next property manager will appreciate your lodgement, and perhaps more importantly, TINZ will credit your account several dollars. Our next lodgement page is 14-day notice, which can be very timely. Once again we can input the relevant information, and it's there to let the next property manager know. And once again, TINZ will credit your account. One interesting feature on this page is down here on the left hand side we have an A alert. This is an address alert. If you're worried that your tenant is thinking of moving without telling you, the best thing to do is tick this box. If they start looking at other houses, as soon as someone searches them, here on TINZ you'll be emailed an updated address. This will tell you first that your tenant is intending to move, and secondly where they're looking to go. Back up the top, our next lodgement page is Tenancy Tribunal Orders. If you've been through the tribunal, you can let others know with this page. If you load this page, the deed is also loaded onto the Better Advantage website. We have room for 5 defaulters on the same address, and once again you can add an address alert for each tenant. This means if you have outstanding arrears and you can no longer locate your tenant, you tick the address alert. Next time someone searches them, you'll be emailed an updated address. We also have our standard lodge menu found here, where you can lodge references, but you'll need to input the name and address details yourself. The last lodgement page I wish to point out is our trade and service recommendations. We're building a database of recommended trades and services up and down the country regarding all the trades and services we use in property management. We do not allow advertising in here, so it will only be built as our members load recommendations. Obviously we have some site rules. When a property manager joins with us, I'll need to read through and agree to our obligations regarding the Privacy Act. The rule which applies to lodgements is we need the tenant's permission before loading a tenant rating on them. And the time to do this is at the beginning of the tenancy. And to that end we have a clause on our tenancy agreement. The clause can be found on our agreement from downloadable forms. You'll find it down the bottom of the second page. If you do not use TINZ tenancy agreement, please add the clause to your chosen agreement. The easiest place to copy it from is this open PDF, Tenancy Agreement Privacy Act clause, and it just has the clause on it. And then you can paste it to your preferred agreement. And that concludes this tutorial. Thank you for taking time to learn about TINZ lodgements.